For decades, when you asked what makes a car safe, the answer was pretty simple, right? It was all about how well it protected you in a crash. Well, that entire definition is being flipped on its head. So let's dive into this massive shift, a shift away from just reacting to an accident to actually preventing it from ever happening in the first place.
Think about it like this. For years, it was all about what you see on the left here, passive safety. We're talking about stuff like heavy steel frames, airbags, those clever crumple zones, all incredible engineering designed to help you survive a crash. But what if the crash never even happened? That's where you have to look to the right side of the screen. The focus now is on active safety, technology that is constantly working to avoid the collision altogether. You've probably heard of automatic emergency braking or lane keeping support, but the real game changer, it's that predictive AI assistance.
And look, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea for the future. This shift already has a champion. In fact, looking ahead to 2025, Europe's biggest safety authority, Euro NCAP, already crowned its top performer, the Mercedes-Benz CLA. And the reason why is absolutely crucial. It's because it mastered both sides of that safety equation. It's built to help you survive a crash, and it uses powerful AI to help you avoid one in the first place.
So, what does it really mean to be the new safety champion? Well, this award from Euro NCAP, an organization that's been the gold standard in Europe for almost 30 years, it's a huge signal that the rules of the road are literally changing. It's not enough to just have a strong frame anymore.
And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. The CEO of Mercedes-Benz, Ola Kalanius, he put it perfectly. He said that getting a perfect score today requires a state-of-the-art driver assistance system. The message there is crystal clear. These advanced AI-powered systems, they're not a luxury add-on anymore. They are absolutely essential to being considered the safest car on the road, period.
Which, of course, brings us to the really big question. What is this technology? How does an AI co-pilot actually work? Let's pop the hood and really take a look at what's powering this whole revolution. Okay, so at the very heart of this system is a platform called NVIDIA Drive AV. Now, what's so fascinating about this is the key phrase here, dual stack. See, this isn't just one single system trying to do everything. It's actually two completely separate systems working together in harmony to be both incredibly smart and fundamentally super reliable. The best way to think about it is like the cockpit of an airplane. You've got your skilled pilot. That's the AI driving system. It uses artificial intelligence to see the world around it and navigate all the messy, complicated, unpredictable stuff that happens in real-world driving. But right there next to it, you've got the ever-vigilant co-pilot. That's the classical safety stack. It's constantly providing backup, running checks, and making sure the basic, unbreakable rules of safety are always being followed. It's that redundancy, that pilot and co-pilot working together that creates such an incredible safety net.
And this whole dual-stack system, it doesn't just exist in a vacuum. It's built on this incredible foundation called NVIDIA Halos. And this isn't just about software code, it's a complete safety ecosystem. Those guardrails you see there, that just means there are super strict, documented rules for everything, from the hardware and software to the tools and development processes. It ensures safety isn't just some feature tacked on at the end. It's baked into the system's DNA from the very beginning.
Okay, I know, this all sounds incredibly advanced. But that leads to what is maybe the single most important question of all. How can we actually trust it? How do we prove that a system this complex is genuinely safe and reliable when it's out there on the road with us?
Well, the answer comes down to tough, independent validation. This is not about a company grading its own homework. As you can see here, you have these internationally recognized bodies like TÜV Süd and TÜV Rheinland certifying the system against the toughest standards in the industry. And see that internal rating? ASIL 26262 ASIL D? That's the highest possible grade for automotive functional safety. You can think of it as the absolute gold standard for preventing critical failures. This shows without a doubt that the technology has been put through the ringer to meet the highest safety levels possible.
Certifications are one thing, for sure. They prove the system is built correctly. But what about the real world? Driving is chaotic. It's messy. It's totally unpredictable. How in the world does an AI learn to handle those one-in-a-million moments? A deer jumping out at twilight, or a car blowing through a red light in a downpour. How do you even begin to train for that? The answer is a number that is, well, it's almost impossible to really wrap your head around. We are talking about billions. Billions of miles driven inside hyper-realistic virtual worlds. By using these incredibly powerful simulation platforms, developers can train the AI on all sorts of rare, dangerous scenarios over and over and over again.
These are the kinds of events that are way too risky or just too rare to ever test for in the real world. It's how this AI co-pilot gets a whole lifetime of driving experience before it ever even hits the pavement.
So when you put all of these pieces together, what does it all add up to? Because this technology, it isn't just about one car or one award. It really represents a fundamental redefinition of the relationship we have with our vehicles. So let's take a quick look at what this really means for the road ahead.
So after all of this, what's the one big takeaway here? It's this: the very definition of the safest car has changed for good. It is no longer just the vehicle with the best airbags or the strongest frame designed to protect you in a crash.
It's the one with that intelligent co-pilot on board that sees the road, that understands the risks, and actively helps you avoid that crash from ever happening at all. That is the new benchmark for safety.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. For our entire lives, we've been the sole pilot of our car. But now, we're starting to share the cockpit. So, as our cars become more and more like our co-pilots, you have to wonder, how will our fundamental relationship with the act of driving itself change forever?